had a leader, have you ever had a leader in a state of paralysis, or have you ever felt in a state of paralysis? Tell me in the chat bar. Yes? Okay. Yeah. That happens sometimes. So let's look at a diagram and you guys draw with me. So in an organization, let's just say we have this big mountain, and this mountain we want to do is called scale or maybe profit, right? Scale or profit. And what we do here is we have a lever, right? And we want to move this scale and profit up. Now, if we have one leader and the leader is just standing here with their arms and hands up, and they're just like, hey, I don't know what to do. Have any of you ever did that? Let me make sure I open up chat here. Have any of you just throw your hands up in the middle of the day and said, like, now what? What do I do? So that's called paralysis, right? Now, we have to go from paralysis to focus, okay? We have to go to focus. But if we get people focused on the wrong thing at the wrong time, well, tell me this. If I put this into it, is this going to lift easy if I push down my focus here, or is it going to be hard? Type in the chat bar. Easy or hard? It's going to be very hard, right? So what do we have to do? Well, our goal is to create ownership leaders into a sense of focus where they can put the focus in the right spot so that they could pull down with ease and lift up, scale, and grow whatever they want. When I say scale, I don't care if it's wealth. I don't care if it's revenue. I don't care if it's membership programs, subscription, multiple portfolio companies. Scale is scale. It's the ability to grow. Profit is the ability to win, right? Revenue is the body and profit is the heart. Do you guys get that? Revenue is the body, profit's the heart. So, but you have to know, where are we? If you try to focus with leaders, right? And the leaders are in crisis, which right now, let me share something with you. They're probably in mind crisis. They're probably in mind crisis. Why? Because there's economic control. There's mind control. The public saying, it's a recession, a depression, and president, and then there's crime, and then there's all these things, and then there's boats hitting bridges, and then the port, they're picketing at the port, and then there's well, we can't call it monkeypox because that didn't scare you at all. Then there's mpox, and right, and the whole thing is trying to put people's mind in crisis. The fact that they might be functioning some at work does not mean they're not in mind crisis. And if you don't have the skill to evaluate their mind crisis, we're not talking this disc profiling shit. We're not talking about that. There's a place for that, but that's like very middle level. We're talking about the internal thinkings. So for you guys to know, step one here of economy proofing your business is we have to make sure the minds of our people is good, right? We have to make sure the minds of our people are aligned. We then need the minds of our clients, right? So if we put it like this, we have to have this. So there's a person, there's a person, there's a person. We got to have the owner's mind. We got to have the team's mind. We got to have the client's mind. We have to have our vendor partners' mind. And watch how devastating this could be. If you buy products from somebody, your team, they order something. They're like, hey, I need a part, a book. I don't care what it is. And they're talking to, this vendor is talking to your manager. Yeah, things suck around here, man. Things are really bad. Well, guess what? Your vendor is controlling the mind of your team. So you know what we call this? We have to get to the point where it's one mind. You guys tell me in the chat bar, anybody teaching this out there in the public? Anybody? No, nobody. You have not heard this from anybody, because most people never did 500 million in sales, and most people never went back and analyzed it. I keep going back and analyzing, like, what did I do? What would I do? You guys should move way faster than me, because I'm telling you what to do that I had to figure out, which means you should move faster, right? Now, this, if I was to summarize this before I go to the next strategy, this here is what we're talking. This is leadership. Leadership is the ability to navigate and direct all these roles. It's to direct all these roles. And first, the ultimate leader has to be a model that others can model. And when that happens, everything starts to change in an organization, and you can scale faster, you can make more money, life changes, and then you get a life by design instead of a life by default.